Good morning, Kindred Spirits. And while we are waiting for that to load up, I'm going to. Here we go. While we are waiting for that to. I'm starting to get it here. Got this ready so that I can see your comments in real time because I'm actually recording it on StreamYard and getting to know that. And one thing I do know is that there is a delay. Welcome, everyone. If returning, Kindred Spirits especially, this has been a interesting start to my live stream offering here on the Cultivate Life community. If you are here for the first time, welcome, Kindred Spirit. My name is Diane, and I have had a YouTube channel, Cultivate Life, period, for a little over 4 years. And the intention is to be a storyteller. And so this live stream, jumping into the live streams, is me becoming a storyteller without the crutch of editing. Even though I am getting better at the storytelling and I still want to continue with the storytelling, and I will be continuing with the storytelling on my channel every once a week, because I'm trying to add my story to the mix. And so, let's see. So I think, and I'm just learning, I wanted it to be spontaneous type of a thing where it was a give and take, but I'm learning that I'm going to have to do most of the talking. So I did a little bit of planning this morning before I went live. First of all, this is the next to the last. Let me see here. Looking at my thing. This is the next to the last public live stream I'm going to do every week. Instead, beginning June 1st and on June 1st, and every Sunday, I'm going to have a live stream at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and that will be a public live stream. And I'll be introducing the theme of the month. I kind of go from month to month. I live month to month in my effort to live day to day and moment to moment. Not that I don't plan out a few months, but I really get serious about it, like the last week of the current month into what I'm going to be doing for the following month. So if you join the live stream on the first Sunday of every month, either on that day, I'd love to see you in the live stream, but if you don't, it's okay. You can get it afterwards, which is a benefit, I think, from win-win, actually. Me being able to practice just speaking off the cuff with no editing crutch, as I'm realizing that it is more and more. And then every Wednesday, I'm going to have a live stream on my membership group, the Cultivate Life community. And the reason why I'm doing this is because a subscriber told me that the public forum of these live streams might make it so that, well, they were speaking for themselves, is that they didn't really feel comfortable in joining in and chiming in. And I can relate to that. I'm not a chimer inner either. And I know, though, that when I am in a smaller community, in a group where everybody agrees to how we're going to be when we're in this group, that is the intention of the Cultivate Life community membership on YouTube. Is that every Wednesday we're going to have a live stream. I'm going to solicit information from you in order to come up with a topic that we can discuss every week. So my question to you please put down in the comments is, what do you look for in live streams? And I'm going to list a couple of what I'm thinking that it might be, is that you're looking for established content, something that you're going to learn, like a workshop type of thing where we actually do a project together. That might be a monthly thing that we could do, is starting on the first Wednesday of the month would be a some sort of a project. It doesn't have to be a physical project. It could be just an emotional practice for the month, something that we want to notice, something that we want to focus on. And then every week we would talk about it. That's one way we could do it. And it could also be a craft. It could also be a craft. So yes, that is my intention for the private membership segment. So if that's something that's calling to you, I encourage you to join. There are 3 membership tiers. All of them have the same benefits, so it's no problem at all if hopefully it's something for every budget, and your money is going, part of it is going to YouTube, but that's the cost of doing commerce, free trade. And I am getting a portion of that too, to help me to bring content to my public YouTube channel, which is stories that I hope will add to the uplifting stories in humanity. And I see we have a couple of people here, so let's see. Okay, so hi Bill. You've changed your mind about participating in public live streams. Oh, I'm happy. Maybe I had something to do with that. I have come up with with something that hopefully addressed that concern that you brought, and you'll have to watch the beginning of the live stream in order to find out what that is. Hello, Kat. Kat, how are you doing? I'm so glad you're here. I'm on the Eastern Shore. And I got a lot of open time next week. So maybe we can meet up somewhere. Let's see. As far as subjects to discuss, Bill says anything at all. Okay. Well, I guess what I'm going to kind of continuing on this live stream thing is I'm sorry. I thought I was going to burp. And it just went away. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to share with you how I came up with the subject that I'm going to do for today in the live stream. Is that, how do I pick a subject for anything that I'm doing here on YouTube? So to kind of break it down, here's what I did today. The first thing I did was just try to think of something, and that's kind of like pushing it. Nothing ever comes up. So I go to my next kind of a go-to type of a thing is my oracle cards, which are I feel like just a prompt, much like a writing prompt. And the one that I pulled up to talk about is Butterfly Spirit, and I see that it is backwards, but it's Butterfly Spirit Transformation. And I know that I could do my camera around, so let me see if I can do that. Let's see. Camera. Oh, I'm supposed to be mirroring it. I don't know. Anyway, so that's what I did. So I did that a few days ago, picking the transformation card. So then I just kind of looked around for a loose thread of what that could mean. And of course, butterflies come to butterflies, immediately have been a big part of everything. And of course, there's one on the card. And then in my YouTube suggestions that came up, um, I came across a channel called Reflections of Life. And it was about how much is enough, like how much income is enough. And it was very interesting, introspective about it. And I liked it. And it's also, I think, like validation of uh, these nebulous thoughts about the why I'm doing this. Um, I think because the actual uh, offering, the actual movie, the actual uh, thing that I watched was posted 3 years ago. And so the possibility, and it enriched my life, and it is helping me fuel what I'm trying to share here. Um, Hi, Suzanne. Um, is that I'm putting it out here for the people who are in need of my words right now. Just as I am out here looking and feeling and listening for validation of how I am moving, validation of what I want to do, validation of who I want to be. And we are all one, we're all influencing each other. And so, as uncomfortable as it is for me to just sit here and talk and talk and talk and not try to make some kind of a story about it, is uncomfortable and might serve to help someone else share their perspective, their point of view, their truth. So many words to use where we are becoming visible in the way that we work in the world and be in the world, in the hopes that it offers support to someone who I may never meet. And for me, that feels like a good purpose. So the channel is Reflections of Life, and there's all kinds of things there. I realized that I had to watch another one of the another one of the stories, and the creator weaves it into there's music, there's interviews, there's a story. um, yeah, I aspire to that too, and I'm lovely to see it out there. And I feel like I it's the collaboration with you, with the people that show up here, with the people that show up. It's all a journey. It's not I'm trying to live a life the same way that you're trying to live your life. And instead of thinking of it as goal to goal to goal to goal, and I'm always wanting something, wanting something, wanting something. We are wired for that because as humans, we are given this gift of expansion. Anything we can think can become our reality. Life wants to make us right. And so that is why uh, um, we look for validation of our point of view. And I guess what that's bringing up for me right now is that is why the spectrum of shadow and light is always there. And wherever we are in any certain moment, we can find proof that our point of view is right. And I think that that's a wonderful thing. It's always going to be that way. And it's that way because it gives us the opportunity to choose. And you have to be in a certain healthy mind, body, and spirit alignment in order um, to realize that choice is a choice. I remember for myself that a long time it felt like things were just happening to me. And deep down inside, I felt that I had something to do with it, but it was too scary to touch. It was just too scary for me to go there, that I might have the superpowers. And by superpowers, I'm just talking about intuition. I'm talking about getting a sense, a feeling of people, and the feedback that I get and that I got. I think for safety reasons, of course, family reasons. It was for survival. I've talked about this before in certain things, but now I've turned it in the direction of expansion. I've turned it in into the direction of what can we create? What can we create if we put our minds to it? And that led me to the National Park Service. Sorry, I had a little glitch there. The National Park Service. As you know, I have my job there now for the summer for the next 6 weeks. Or actually, I'm a couple of weeks in. And the national parks are an example of this vision that one person can have that ripples out and influences in a wonderful way humanity, and that is the national parks. I think it was Teddy Roosevelt is the one that, his administration is the one that started this whole thing, and however he was as a man and a politician, and I have not looked into it, and no human is perfect, and he had the presence of mind to see the majesty of this country and take the powers of the collective powers that all of us give the government to protect lands in their wild state so that everyone can enjoy it. Because you know how we are. We move in, we want to put a gate. And so we have all these beautiful public lands now, all these years later. And being in nature is what I think is key to the healing of all of us. And that's what I want to talk about. I mean, that's what I want to be. Being in nature. Do you find, that's the question, do you find being in nature has helped your personal, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical health? Anybody out there want to say, have any thoughts about that? I just I'm calling it now. I'm calling in my other gig that I have, my editing gig, and what my editing gig is editing quotes, and for what is eventually going to be a quote of the day YouTube channel. And now, of course, being in nature was one of the quotes that I just edited. Of course, here we are, full circle, la la la. And what I just edited was this the thoughts of that as humans we are an animal, and much more than that, of course, but we are an animal, and there is a school of psychology that focuses on the behavior. Well, let's just say it's a See, this is where I would be editing. I would stop, I would get my thoughts together, and then I would come back. So let me start again here. And I want to watch the time because, again, I'm going to stop about 5 minutes before and take us out with a meditation so that we can savor whatever little gems might have come up here as we segue into our days after these live streams. But nature. In behavioral psychology, one of the theories is that organisms, animals, evolve in conditions that are perfect for them. And so as we have developed the industrial nations, as we have, well, first went from nomads to farmers, and then into the industrial age, yada, 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 we all took us further and further and further and further away from nature. And I have found, since I've been out here, that the closer and closer and closer and closer that I get to nature, it is more labor intensive, it seems, battling with the elements. I don't like that word. I don't like that word. I'm going to change that word. Battling, I don't want to battle the elements. I want to be one with the elements. I want to be in reverence of the elements. I want to be able to ebb and flow with the elements. I want the elements to be a protector of me by my ability to watch the signs of what's going on. So it's not so much anymore my focus on the people around me, like how is this going to be, how can everybody leave this happy? To becoming more in tune with nature and finding out that it's impossible to put on getting through our days without some balance to it, because the life is impersonal and it has unconditional love for us. It wants us to be able to survive, or maybe it doesn't. This is just my perspective, is that life wants us to line up with it. Isn't that every spiritual practice, is life wants us to line up with it? Or every spiritual practice, wants us to line up with that belief system, and in that belief system, to feel part of the whole. And that, for me, is what life is. Lining up with life, and takes a lot of trust, acceptance, and has opened up my worlds dramatically to places that I'm looking forward to opening up more. And so, as far as wanting, it is about the expansion of what's possible for us to create on the uplifted side of the spectrum of the human experience. And all of us are here to do our part. However visible that is, it counts. And maybe that brings it back to the butterfly, is that the flutter of a butterfly, the ripple of a stone into the pond, or the result of a stone being put in the pond, ripples out, does enrich value in other human lives, and We are responsible for it all. But we're not made to take it all on. Yeah. Now here's where the trust comes in. I'm not going to be able to look at this before I post it to you, so. All right, so we've got 5 minutes left. And I want to thank you for hanging in there. I will see you next. Let's see, the public one is going to be on Sunday, June 1st at 10 a.m. And then for members only, it's going to be Wednesdays is what I'm going to try to do. So the first one, private or members only live stream, will be June 5th. And I'm going to put a little poll on the member page. I think I can put a poll there to maybe suggest a couple of topics, and maybe, we'll feel our way through this. But I thank you for hanging out, and thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you real soon. So let's all just take a comfortable seat. And just a couple of breaths in and out. There's nowhere else to go, nothing else to do. And I just invite you to allow whatever comes up for you to be perfect. So just keep continuing the breath. And now I invite you to call your thoughts back from wherever they are. Bring them fully into your body. And just notice what's going on in your body. Including how miraculous it was that your heart beats and your lungs breathe without us even thinking about it. And if you should notice yourself thinking before this meditation is over, it's no worries. Just allow that thought to evaporate into a white fluffy cloud that drifts off. Knowing nothing important is ever forgotten. And now I invite you to call your spirit back from wherever it is. Entering your point of animation and immediately begin expanding into physical form. The stardust that is you. Just knowing where to go. Finding kindred spirits and joining together to form the physicality of you, your bones, your lungs, your muscles, your insights, your nervous system, and your magnificent mind. Cosmic wisdom and unconditional love for you is filling you fully, nurturing and nourishing you, coursing throughout your body, coming up against the boundaries of your body and then easily slipping through, surrounding you with a golden bubble of light. Mind, body, and spirit aligned in this perfect present moment. The only place where infinite possibilities reside. See you soon.